welcome in, folks. It is time again, once more, Season 9, ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. We are here. Man, it's been a little while. Summertime over, almost over at least. And we're back at it. Season 9 already. Here we are, Talladega. First race of the season. Going to be a lot of fun getting this race going, getting the whole season going. Man, a lot of new names, a lot of familiar names, a lot of big names too. So going to be really excited to see how this thing gets going. You know us, we don't waste any time. We get right down to it. Qualifying here, already underway. We're going to bring in too, by the way, Brandon Bowie in the booth with us this entire season. Mr. Brandon Bowie, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. It's feels good to be back. It's been a long time since I've been in the booth, but I'm excited and I'm ready to rock.
Yes, sir, man. Gonna be a lot of fun. Obviously, a two-time series champion in ASRA, so you know a thing or two about this series and what we've got going on. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to have your commentary in here and all season long. Right now, we're gonna go down trackside to qualifying. A bunch of guys already finishing up their laps. 2 laps today to try and decide their fastest time. Man, so many names to go through today. Right now, Patrick O'Keefe on track right here. Bunch of good names today. We see you in the chat. Welcome in today to race day and ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series Season 9. Got a big one today, Bowie. Going to be a big race. First season. Talk to me real quick about the nerves. Like, obviously, you've been doing this thing for a long time now, but what are the nerves for, like, a lot of these guys coming in, you know, brand new drivers, right? And unknowing how the league is or how things operate. How do they feel right now?
You know, the nerves are going to be up and down, to be honest with you. You know, coming into a league for the first time, in a first race, you know, it's kind of up and down. You know, you're like, okay, I feel pretty confident, I feel pretty good, and you get out there on the track, and your legs start to shake a little bit, you know, and start to sweat a little bit, because you're like, you know, you don't want to be the first person to do something wrong, don't want to be the first one to cause a caution, you know. So it's just a lot of just the kind of emotions that go along with it. But you know, once the race gets going, you kind of get a groove, you start to feel a little bit more comfortable. You know, it's gonna be important, you know, for a lot of these guys, especially for the first time, to just honestly just make laps, kind of work with some of the drivers that's kind of been here for a while, kind of understand what they do and how they race. So it's going to be a lot of you know, nerves, a lot of probably like an information overload probably for the next couple of weeks for the new guys, and vice versa for the veterans, you know, coming back trying to work with new people. So it's all over, but I can't wait to get this thing started. I know we're in qualifying right now, but man, I am just counting down the time right now to see these guys take the green.
Yes, sir. A lot of drivers right now. John Hagan currently on the pole, 54.03. Wyatt Tinsley, we know him. Ethan Delaire, James Thurston, last season's champion right there. Fresh new paint and a fresh new team, Bowie. Talk to us about that real quick.
Yeah, that's a big long story, but to make it short, you know, we were able to make a deal with a team that decided to basically call it quits. So, you know, basically getting Thurston and, you know, basically getting Devin with the 2 main people we start off with, and then it was just, you know, trying to get as many people as we can that would, you know, really push to try and go for another driver's championship, another team championship. So I just wanted to make this team really strong, so that way I can watch these guys go out there and win. I mean, shoot, we got Kevin King in here, who is a past Coke Series driver. Wyatt Tinsley is also a past Coke Series driver. So lots of fast guys in here this season, and I knew that we were going to definitely have to bring it. So that's why we made the moves that we did, and we're going to see if they pan out.
Yes, sir. Big names for sure. Right now, a quick warm-up session after qualifying. Didn't see him do it, but Jackson Anderson actually is the pole sitter for tonight's race. So pretty quick He must have snuck that in at the last second, but got it done either way. Yeah, quick warm-up, 5 minutes real quick. They'll be able to practice their pit road entry and a couple of things, bathroom break, the whole deal. So we're going to step aside real quick, thank a couple of our sponsors. We'll come right back for the beginning of this Harpoon Design 250. All right, folks, welcome back right now to the Harpoon Design 250. We're about to be underway here momentarily for the first race of Season 9. Man, I'm pretty pumped up for this, Bowie, as I feel like I say every single week, but man, this is just one of those tracks that it's kind of chaotic. And obviously Daytona is a good start to the season, right? But Talladega lately, this whole year, we've been doing Talladega, something different, right? Season 10 coming up next year. We'll definitely hit Daytona same time as Speed Weeks, but this is a big place, 2.66 miles of just chaos, right? And I think a lot of these drivers, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of them don't really consider the season to start until next week, right, at Chicagoland. Today is kind of one of those, let's just feel it out, see how the choose car is, see how the rules work, race control, right, the whole deal.
Yeah, I think it's more of a honest. I hate to say it like this, but it almost feels like a throwaway race. Like you, kind of, are trying, like you said, trying to figure things out, trying to work with your new teammates, trying to gauge other drivers, how good they are, how maybe how good they are. So there's just a lot of things going on, and I think the first race should always be kind of like a, just not a crapshoot, but more of a race where it's like anybody can go out there and win. Like if you winning the first race, and you're already locked in, like that's a lot of pressure off of you.
Yeah.
As a driver to not have to deal with that through the rest of the season, and just can kind of like, I could try this, I can try that. Your mindset just completely changes. So as much as it's kind of a throwaway race, the guys really will still take it very seriously, and you still want to be the first winner for the new season. So you're gonna see some aggressive moves, you're gonna see some interesting pit strategies, and I can't wait to watch it all.
And that's the thing too, right? A couple of changes this season. I mean, last season, if you were a part of us, for the guys and folks watching, last season we were kind of experimental with how we did things, right? We did, no winning you're in. We did, kind of more points based. A couple of different, unique things, no stages, right? This season, we're kind of going back to basics, right? Going back to what NASCAR does. A little bit more authentic feeling, a little bit more familiar, a lot easier to kind of follow. So stages are back. Stages will be thrown for yellows. We'll get that today at 20 and 50. We'll cover that in just a second. But it's also, Bowie, win and you're in. So now the playoffs still kind of act as they are now with that 3-race championship, but win and you're in. Now this race does have meaning to it, right? So a lot on the line today for sure.
Absolutely, and that, like I said, that win that you're in is plays huge. It also allows, it's, for me as a team owner, it allows me to kind of like, hey, like, all right, let's focus on getting the rest of the guys in. So it's different for everybody in everybody's situation, but I think the main goal for everybody is to go out there and win no matter what.
Absolutely. So right now we're going to go down trackside for the grid. Talladega, home of the Harpoon design, 250 today to kick off season 9. Front of the pack right here, Jackson Anderson rolls off in the pole. Gets that one extra playoff point too, by the way, for getting that. So good stuff for him. Kenny Reel in P2. Wyatt Tinsley going to be in third spot. John Hagan as well. Frank DeAngelis in P5. Grant Salzano going to be in P6. Followed by Ethan Delaire. And then James Thurston, your Season 8 champion from last year. Good stuff right there. Trevor Zelazny. Daryl Young wasn't signed up for this season. But hey, he is here today subbing in for Thomas Meeks. Always finds himself a way to get into these super speedway races. Watch out for him today. 2-time Talladega winner in this series. Patrick Oberstadt in P12. Michael Johnson 13th. Followed by Kevin King, Josh Larson. Austin Halsey, Tyler Curley in P17. Joseph Mealy 18th. Braxton DeWeese 19th, Scott Gasorn in P20. Rounding out the field, Nick Silver, Van Drugment, Frankie Barroso in 23rd, Trevor Huff, Patrick O'Keefe, James Kaufman, Vincent Short, Julio Villalobos, Devin Smecker, Austin Salyers in 30th. Then rounding out that top 30, Zach Rongich, Brandon Trush, Matthew Blackley, Chad Oxendine, Brandon Six. Big field today. Jackson Anderson going to lead them off today to kick off this race. Big field as usual. 43 drivers signed up for this series, Brandon. Not all of them are here today. I know we have a couple of active Coach Series drivers right now doing their thing over on the iRacing Coach Series side. So good luck to them in their race today. Race details, going to go one more lap around Talladega to get this thing fired up. Let's talk about the race details today. Race length, 100 laps. Nice and easy. Stage 1, lap 20. Stage 2, lap 50. 75% fuel, 0 fast repairs, and 3 green-white checkers if we need them. You think we'll need those, Bowie?
Yep, I truly do. I think, like I said, I think a lot of these guys are going to be, maybe take it easy a little bit at the beginning. And then I think it's going to come to a point where it's going to be time to step up. It's going to start, and it's going to be time to prove yourself, what you actually have in the car and what you can do in your abilities in the car. So I think, if the drivers take their time and play nice at the beginning of the race, I think there's a great chance that we might not even need them. We might go green the whole way. But I think that's a lot of wishful thinking.
Yeah.
It's the first race. People have been eager to get back racing. So unfortunately, I think we're going to see some incidents and some cautions. But either way, I'm excited, man. We are finally about to go green. I'm ready to see what these guys can do.
It's going to be good. Also, too, by the way, folks, double duty here for Brendan Bowie. We're bringing the Choose car back. So if you were here for seasons 5 and 6, you'll know that we did that back then. We kind of reverted to the start-finish line in these past seasons to act as the Choose, right? They stay up high or down low for the lane. But now we have the actual car on track back. So Bowie will be the Choose car as well once cautions comes out or the stages end. So we'll cover that once we get to it. Hopefully not too soon here after the race starts, but we will see. Stage 1 will be lap 20, so a lot of chaos, a lot of points up for grabs early. Jackson Anderson from the pole already has that one playoff point scored for the pole. Right now, though, pace car going to pull in. About to go green flag here for the Harpoon Design Cup Series. Season 9 already here. Geico restart zone on the approach. Here we go. Jackson Anderson, Kenny Reel kicks us off from Talladega.
A little too soon.
Big wreck in the back already. Yeah, right now it looks like Devin Smecker tried to go bring the noise from the get-go. That was a bad decision. That has typically bitten us from the beginning. But let's take a look here. So right here, immediately, yellow flag. Man, on lap 1, you hate to see that. Devin Smecker, Championship 4 driver from last season, really beat up. I think that left rear tire might be pretty hurt. Let's go back if we can, try and find out what happened here. Happened way in the back. Let's go race day replay real fast and find out what went down. So already kind of going down here. The 77, Chad Oxendine. Looks like Brandon 6 is right there too. Might have just barely gotten away from it. Yeah, then Tim Robb right there gets into Devin Smecker right into that left rear. So unfortunate. Let's go back a little bit and see if we can find when it went down. Try and go back here. Here we go. Well, right on board, kind of Devin Smecker. Oh, man. That was so fast, I didn't even get to see it. Let's give it one more chance here. Hold on. Devin Smecker, that blue car. Oh, just a big checkup. Just a really big checkup behind Vincent Short in that 15. Into Julio Villalobos there. Man, just nowhere to really go. Accordion effect on the high line will bring out the first caution of this race. So that can happen, folks, just like that. Again, we talked about it, right? Nerves, kind of getting the race going. But it does matter, right? Where you qualify and how you start this thing. Kenny Reel going to be right now in P1 after getting the lead early after the start of the race. So first caution. Okay, we got it out of the way. Now, time to settle in. But this is also a nice time to talk about the choose car. So Brandon Bowie will come down now. And will do his thing. So he's running double duty. He's probably going to mute himself or whatnot. That way we can do our thing. But yeah, choose car is going to be underway. There it is. Whew. Look at this puppy. So the choose car, obviously, it's kind of a gimmick. I get it, right? But it's also really, really cool. It works out well. The guys have something to see what they've got going on. He's going to park right there. Once they come around, they'll be able to get themselves all lined up for the choose right here on lap number 3. Looking good, though. Big shout out again, by the way, folks. HarpoonDesign.com paints everything we do pretty much, and the majority of these cars actually on track right now, so watch out for them as we get going here. So choose will come up. Obviously, you choose the inside lane or the outside lane for what you want as far as getting the lane of your choice. Right now, Devin Smecker looks to be either out of the race or on pit road, unfortunately, so not good. But here we go. Choose inbound here. Let's get that choose car graphic going. Please, God, nobody hit this thing. So far, so good. So last season, yeah, we used the start-finish line right. Up against the wall for the outside lane, down low for the inside lane. But now there's an actual physical car on track, and yes, people have hit it before. We have proof. It was very funny in prior seasons, so hopefully nobody does it again this time, but it'll happen. It'll definitely happen. Right now, good stuff. Nice and easy, the Juice car gets to go and live another day. So there we go. It's Brendan Bowie. Big shout out to him. Obviously, we'll talk to him in just a second. Gonna pull down into pit road. Stop on his pit box and off he goes. Good stuff. While we're doing that, Chad Oxendine down pit road, fixing some damage here. Didn't seem like he got the worst of it from that wreck, but we'll definitely keep an eye out. Car looks pretty decent at this point. Don't see a lot of damage, obviously. Devin Smecker looks really rough right front. I believe I saw a toe out on the back end too, so super unfortunate, right? Race 1, Championship 4 driver from last year in the mix and already beat up, so it can happen. But either way, lap 4, we'll go back green on lap 5. 15 laps to go until stage 1 ends. Bunch of great looking drivers here. Kenny Reel, Tinsley. We've seen him race with us before. Anderson. Man, got the pole today, looking really good. Salzano. Very good run so far. Obviously, again, super early into the season, into the race, but to qualify up front for these things, definitely important to do. Brentley in the chat says, did you sound like a tunnel? I don't know. Wasn't on purpose. Here we go. Kenny Reel, Wyatt Tinsley. Going back green here. Well, talk to us real quick about that. I mean, how is that first experience in the Choose car?
Oh man, that was nerve-wracking. What the heck?
Everything you ever dreamt of.
Yeah, and more. Yeah, that was very, very nerve-wracking. Just sitting there as you have cars swerving around you. As I actually thought Kenny Reel was actually going to hit me, to be completely honest with you. But I heard him say no, he wasn't even close. So yeah, it just feels a little tight in the car. But that was a cool experience. That was fun.
Awesome. Right now, working lap 5. Going to get a lap here on the green. Wyatt Tinsley up front, looking very, very quick today. Able to get to the front pretty easily. Right now, 2x2 all the way up. Outside line. Grant Salzano going to try and make a move here. And one thing we even talked about, maybe the chat and folks watching might not understand, is that these cars, especially the draft model on these super speedways, went through kind of a change recently where they kind of slowed the car down a little bit, but then they also kind of made the draft more, I guess, more realistic in a way. But it's not as easy. The outside lane is not as dominant as we've seen in the past. So it's really, it's definitely tougher, but it kind of, it warrants more close racing like this. So should be an awesome race today.
Yeah, they did quite a bit of changes to Super Speedway package. And the beginning of the season last year, I guess the beginning of this year, the beginning of our first season, the side drafting was so strong. You could basically pin a car on the bottom and just have people on the high side just drive around them, around the people on the bottom. So they definitely made some changes for the better. But I mean, if you're watching the real life racing, you know how hard it is for those guys to kind of get around different drivers. And
oh, yeah.
I kind of think this is pretty close. Maybe not exactly, but this is pretty close to what that is now.
Yeah, it's interesting because you do a lot of these, draft master races or A class especially, right? It's this week in Daytona, and it's the racing in the package itself. At least to me, it kind of forces you to work and race hard all the time. It's just that kind of a package. You can't really take a break at any point. So we're going to see, I think, some pretty intense racing. I think we'll see some yellows that happen just based off of pure racing, because that's going to happen, right? It's tough. Everyone's close together, and that's just the nature of the beast at tracks like this.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot about teamwork, as it's always been, but I think it's going to be more important this season, especially with this package, to work together. I mean, you're going to have to figure out how to break away from the field. I mean, you can see right now the field is still locked up. I mean, there's really no separation besides, I think there's 2 or 3 cars kind of working on the third lane, but again, that's still going to be a little difficult to do. So, it's just like, okay, well, what are your other options? Your other options are, hey, maybe I save a little bit of fuel and maybe do a little fuel strategy. Or maybe I just stay up front and hope that more cautions come out so I don't have to do fuel strategy. So, there's a long list of things you can do to try and make things work. And that third lane is growing more and more. So, you never know. That third lane might actually might be able to get up to the front.
It could. I mean, but again, right? Like, you got to go now. If you're in the back, right? Stage points do matter. And obviously, we kind of, back to the point a second ago of like, hey, this is kind of a throwaway race in a way. People really consider next season or next race to be the first, real race, right? But hey, stage points still matter, and they're going to get awarded here in 10 laps. So, as the yellow flag comes out here, don't see anything on. One car in the way back here, the 23 of Nick Silver. Looks like he's in bad shape. Don't see any damage on his car, maybe, but he was last season's winner here at Talladega. Try and see if we can see any damage, but I don't think we do. Just kind of a little spinaroonie. Let's try and find what happened here. Looks like maybe Nick Silver, James Kaufman. Oh, yeah, you can see it right there. Kaufman gets kind of turned by the 38. Zach Rongich, not really turned per se, but kind of came across his nose. Just a bad push or maybe even a checkup. And just went around there. So Nick Silver, don't think he hit the wall here. Just a tiny bit, but just a scratch, really. I think he's going to be okay. But that'll be it for Nick Silver. Yeah, not too bad there. The front end looks fine. And again, last season's Dega winner. I believe he only led the last lap too, if I recall. So did very, very well to get himself that position. But second caution of the night. That can happen too. I mean, talking about this draft package, I noticed, the runs you get can be pretty insane too. When you're, 3 or 4 car lengths behind a driver, you notice that the run you get, once you really lock into that draft, you can catch up pretty quick. And that's a lot of the times what happens, in a case like that. But it's all good. Early on, lap 11. A couple of drivers coming down pit road. Good calls here. Kevin King, as well as Van Drugman. A couple of very, very fast drivers on track. Oh, accident back here. Looks like the 38 again. Zach Rongich goes around on pit road. Might have had contact there with the 57 Tim Robb. Going to spin around here. Man, not a great couple of laps here for Zach Rongich. I know Zach from, I believe, a truck series we used to do here on race day. And, man, that dude is bad fast. So it's all good. Just a matter of time until we see these boys get comfortable in the series, right? Tyler Curry. A couple of new drivers here. Looking good. Ghost on the car. We have a whole segment for checking out paint schemes. We'll get to that a little later on. But good stuff right now. Brandon Bowie getting on track right here. All squared away. for the Choose as we get going. Big shout out, by the way, to our sponsors, Admin Box, Whiplash SimCams, very cool people over there, as well as Premier Setup Shop. Always great, those folks, and then the usual Harpoon design. Premiere, by the way, this season we're actually going with default iRacing setup, so we're going to still use Premiere once, there are certain tracks that we're going to have to, just because the defaults aren't great or don't exist. So Premiere is definitely the place to be to get your setups, but a lot of cool stuff headed on the way right now. The first race of the season, we kind of just get into the groove of things, right? But all good. Choose car again, back underway. Gonna do our thing as we do it. Here we go, round 2 of the Choose. Anderson right now still being shown as the race leader. Stage points are awarded, obviously, at the end of lap 20. Although, I will say, one of the things we do here, if a caution comes out within 5 laps of the stage, we call that the stage. Trevor Huff wanted to get some screen time there, I think. Love that. So, good to go there. Drivers have chosen. Going to get this race back underway here on lap 14. So yeah, so if a caution comes out 15 laps or on lap 15 or beyond, that'll be considered the stage end. So Jackson Anderson looking to see if he can get this thing done. He's got 2 wins in his ASRA career. One at Daytona, season start of season 7, I believe it was. And then the All-Star race that same season. So looking to get the job done once more. Hagan, Tinsley, Kenny Reel, James Thurston, all in the top 5. All very fast drivers on tracks like this. Not too far back, Ethan Dallaire. All season long last season, I feel like he improved big time. And here he is now in that, almost in that top 5. So looking very solid. Daryl Young, Michael Johnson, Frank DeAngelis. Bunch of guys we expect to do very well today. So early in this race. Long way to go. 85 laps just about as we continue on. Big shout out to you folks watching on race day on the stream. Appreciate you stopping by and watching us, supporting your favorite driver and or this series. Let me know in the chat, hey, who's your favorite driver? Who are you rooting for? Who do you think is going to win this race? We appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe button. Goes a long way to supporting our channel here. But here we go. Lap 13 going on 14. Anderson, John Hagan in the front of the field here. We're going to go back, green flag. Green flag back up in the air. Jackson Anderson did a lane change right there. Uh-oh. That might not work out too well for him. Cannot change lanes before the start-finish line. He might have forgotten about that rule. We will see. Brandon Bowie, have to wait and see if you hear anything about that infraction.
Yeah, as of right now, I have not heard anything from Race Control. I also saw the same thing, and I was like, ooh, that's not good. So, nothing yet. I will keep you posted once Race Control advises.
Yeah, a little peek behind the curtain, folks. Yeah, we can't obviously hear anything. I mean, I can't hear anything behind the scenes as far as in the race or whatnot. That way you folks can only hear the race, but we can. So he's our little insider on what's going on. But Anderson for now leads the field here into turn 1.
Yes. And unfortunately, yes, there is a penalty against the 83. So the 83 is going to have to make a pit stop within the next 3 laps, or he will be black flagged to pull off the track.
Yeah,
so, that sucks. Honestly.
It does suck, and for a guy who's been around here for a long time, it's like, you should probably know that, but I get it. New season, a guy like him does a lot of A-class races, and things like that. You're going to confuse that with a league rules. That can happen. But here he comes down pit road. Will surrender the lead. John Hagan going to be the new leader now with Daryl Young in P2, but chaos behind him. Look at this, Bowie. 3 wide here at Dega.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I was like, you know what? Those guys are really trying some 3 wide stuff. I would not be surprised if it's happening for real now. So the guys are still learning, still got a lot to learn. The Ford's being pushed up on the 3rd lane. If they can get some momentum going, it's going to be definitely interesting.
Agreed, right? Stage points do matter already. Race number 1, who cares about nerves? You've had 16 laps to throw the nerves away. It's now time to get the points in 3 wide. What else do you want? If a caution does come out, Billy, by the way, we've already mentioned it, that does end the stage. But man, a caution at this point might ruin a lot of people's race. We will see. Daryl Young to the lead right now, up front. In that 55, subbing in for Thomas Meeks. Daryl will not be a driver this season, but subbing in already for the absent Thomas Meeks here for Flagship Motorsports. Looking very good early on in this race, but 3 wide behind him. A lot of shuffling, 4 wide there for a second. Woo.
I mean, the action right now is really where the 3 wide racing is. I mean, they are racing hard. Oh, there goes one.
They keep it straight for now, but not going to be enough. That's going to be a yellow flag for sure. And it is. 4 wide just will not work. Matthew Blackley going to be turned around right there. Looks like everybody else is going to be okay. Surprisingly. I don't know how that didn't involve a lot more drivers, but that will be it. And depending on when the yellow came out, that will end the stage either way here on lap 18. We will wait a second to see who's awarded the stage win. Up front it shows Wyatt Tinsley. He might be our stage winner today. For stage 1. Man, good stuff. Chaotic. 3 wide racing. We'll go back real quick as we sort out who won that stage. I believe, though, it is going to be Wyatt Tinsley. Let's take a look. So Matthew Blackley in the back here. Looks like he got kind of, yeah, it was definitely Brendan 6. And I believe it was Blackley here. Just 4 wide. I mean, it's just so hard to try and navigate that. We'll try and get one more angle here. Yeah, you can already see it kind of unfolding there. 4 wide. Oh yeah, the 39 it was, which unfortunately is 6's teammate Michael Johnson. So they just tangled up. Looks like the 41 kind of lost it on his own, maybe trying to avoid it or slow down. The 32 going to get some action as well, Brandon Trush. So unfortunate for those guys. Might not be terrible actually for Blackley's car. Yeah, he slows it down enough to not back it into the wall, so he might be okay to save some damage there. But the stage ends. Wyatt Tinsley getting told right now is the stage winner. So there he is, Wyatt Tinsley. Good stuff for Wyatt Tinsley already, man. Stage 1 of the first race gets those 10 extra points, the 1 playoff point. That Oasis sim racing in the, man, Wise Owl Wash. Looking good today for sure. Gets the job done. Long way to go, obviously. 20 laps was the stage end, but obviously it came out sooner. So we will have to wait and see how things go from now. But we'll take a quick step aside real fast. Go and thank some sponsors, folks. We'll come right back. And back we are right now, working our third caution. Actually, the stage end as well. Choose car happening as we speak. Everyone deciding what lane they want. Wyatt Tinsley is your stage 1 winner. Gonna go to stage 2 here in just a little bit. Once everyone chooses, makes their decision, and then off we go. So, up front, Chad Oxendine actually did not pit right there. So he will be the leader as we show it. Yellow flag going to be extended right now. Just by a little bit. Looks like 1 lap. Oh, no, he took it back. So we're going to be good to go here. Race control has all the power. They can extend the yellows or shorten them. All depends on what's going on. But Oxendine will have control of the restart. In that number 77 Hardy's machine, looking good right there. Old school scheme. Love that. Wyatt Tinsley, though, going to be starting off on the outside. I love that 20 scheme. We're going to get to all the paint schemes here shortly. We'll wait maybe for a long green flag run if we get one to show them off, but a lot of guys here looking pretty fast right now. Hagen, DeAngelis in the top 5. Daryl Young, Frankie Barroso, Van Drugmond, Patrick O'Keefe, and then Austin Halsey, all in the top 10 right now. So right now is when we would normally get the yellow, right, for the stage, lap 20, but this is when we're going green on it. So I expect, hey, fuel mileage, what does that look like? For me, I think fuel mileage, if it were 100%, it's about 40 laps, if I recall. So 30 laps, give or take, is what we're looking at right now. So, gonna be a little bit curious to see if these guys can hold on to it and save some fuel and make it to the end. But here we go. Oxendine, Tinsley, up front, Geico restart zone. We are back racing here for stage 2. So far, so good right now. Getting up through the gears. Little strategy already, Bowie, with Oxendine up front, not pitting.
Yeah, that was a little surprising. I did not expect him to stay out on that, but you know, maybe he's maybe probably banking for another caution, which, I mean, there's a chance, but I think it's less of a chance now that this is a little bit more of a fuel mileage stage. So I don't know. It's an interesting strategy. I'm looking forward to see how it kind of plays out for him.
Yes, sir. Right now, look at that top 6, top 8, really. They are under a blanket, pushing as hard as they can. And again, this is what this package, I feel like, kind of just does nowadays. You really just have to push to make the lanes go anywhere, especially the outside lane. So that 81, John Hagen, really having to put a lot of work into getting it done. As Tinsley now goes down to the inside lane in front of Oxendine. Daryl Young going to now push the 81 here on the high lane. Middle of the pack and beyond the pack, still too wide for the most part. All spread out a lot more than the guys up front. I think a lot of guys maybe just choosing to kind of chill in the back of the pack. Billy, what do you think?
I think a lot of that has to just do with just saving as much fuel as you can. I mean, the next stage it's 50, so it's gonna be, you know, like you said, you know, the stage was supposed to end after 20, so because it restarted on 20, it puts them a little bit in a box. So you know, it's gonna be important right now, you know, banking that there's no caution for here. You're gonna need to save everything you got, and then also save enough to, when the stage caution comes out, you still have enough to get around, because I've seen it before. I've also been in that situation before where you run out of fuel even though you made the stage, you're running out of fuel, and you still have to pace another lap. So I think you're going to see a little bit calmer field here. Maybe not in the front, as they're still racing pretty hard, but mid pack, probably 10th on back. You probably see guys just kind of just relax and just try to save as much fuel as they can.
Great point. Right now, 3 wide already. Trying to get the upper lane to work right here. That 71, Patrick O'Keefe trying to make it work here. Ethan Dallaire pushing him. High line, from what I've seen in these kind of races nowadays, just don't really work. It's tough to really make it happen. We saw it almost work at the end of stage 1 right there. I believe Brandon Six was towards the front of it, but yeah, this right here, this is just a gaggle. Big old mess right here, trying to get through the top of the field.
Yeah, in order for that third lane to work, you really have to have a good group of cars, like cars that really understand what's going on, and communication is definitely key on that third lane. They can probably, just the 4 cars up there right now, I mean, they could probably get maybe top 10, but at that point, then it gets to a point where you just have to start shoving each other as hard as you can, and it's just, if you don't have enough cars, you're just not going to keep up. The bottom lane, which is the quickest way around the track, you're going around the slowest way around the track, which is the high line, so you're going to need more cars to compensate for the lower lanes.
I agree. And right now we're riding on board Jackson Anderson, the pole sitter, just working to get towards the front of the pack again after his penalty for lane changing on the restart. But man, look at this, right behind him in the rear view, 3 wide, just trying to survive and get through this race. Already deep into stage 2 here.
Yeah, I mean, good recovery for him, though, honestly. I think the stage caution definitely helped him. If this was last year or last season, and he doesn't, and we don't have a stage caution, it is it's not a fun situation. So stage cautions, allowed him to kind of get the lap back, come back, try again, kind of do a reset. Kind of sucks for him. I don't really think he got any stage points, which, kind of sucks because, you're the pole, you're trying to get as many as you can. So, I'm pretty sure he's saving as what he can as far as fuel-wise, and then when it's time to go, you're going to see that 83 try to go to the front again. And
it's amazing, right? I mean, again, right now it's race number 1, but, you look at, fast forward to not Daytona, but Charlotte, our regular season ending race. Man, did he need that 10 points or 8 points, whatever he might have gotten if he have not gotten that penalty right there. Every point matters, I feel like, especially in this format, and trying to make the playoffs in a stacked field.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. Last season was a great example, just for myself, an example. It made it to the final the last 3 races. Did good, did decent the first race, and did horrible the second race, and that played, into James Thurston's hands, of just doing what he needed to do to hold off and win the championship. So the points make a huge difference. It's really all about not just collecting points as well, but just being aware of where you need to be. You're coming to the end of the stage, you know that you need to get to the front, so you need to work your way through that before the stage ends. They collect as many points as possible, because 1 or 2 points might not seem like a lot, but at the end of the day, that could be big, getting into the playoffs.
Yes, sir. And right now, it seems like everyone's pretty orderly as we're looking through the field here. 2 wide all the way back, but no one's really pushing. No one's really kind of getting too antsy right now. I think, to your point, fuel might be a bit of a concern to end stage 2.
Yeah, I with the amount of people that peeled off for pit road before they went back green, kind of gave me a hint that probably a little close on fuel. But again, you still have to be able to play that game. You still have to be able to, how much fuel can I save? It's not a possibility of turning off the car in order to save fuel, so you're gonna have to use your foot, and that's a type of an art to be able to lift, save fuel, not lose the car in front of you, or not fall too far back. So it's a lot of gamemanship
Mm-hmm.
within the drivers right now. I mean, if you kind of compare it again to real life, they do the same thing, right? They're saving fuel, they're slowing down the field. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, we have not seen that as of yet, where maybe the top 4 or 5 cars are kind of just slowing down the field because they're trying to
Right.
save fuel as well. But you never know. That could happen if the right people get in front. But yeah, it's right now it looks like it is full conservation mode for a lot of these guys.
And it's funny because you say playing games, right? And I look at the back of the field right now, and I see, a couple of drivers that, need no explanation of who they are, right? Brandon Six, Kevin King right here at the very end of this pack. I think we know the games that they're playing, right? They're just going to sit back here, save fuel, but I think also avoid the mess if one were to happen. They're playing chess, I feel like, and everyone else is playing checkers. Because these guys, Kevin King, right? Hey, we know who he is, so good. One of the best on the sim in back here, right? Brandon Six, one of the best in ASRA history, right? 28 wins, champion himself. So I think we know what they're doing back here. A couple of more guys, Mealy, Nick Silver, a couple of guys involved in wrecks that are back there because they were involved. But I think people are being smart. We see this time and time again where, guys will stay in the back on purpose, and then the guys who are in the front, they're probably going to try and stay up front because they don't want to go back and work their way back through it, so, and the guys in the middle, they're just praying. So it's just, it's so tough.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's all about, a big part of it is timing, right? You got to be able to time these moves. You got to be able to time when you're going to pit.
4 wide here, almost just about. Scott Casorn in the middle here of the 71. That was really, really close. It was 4 wide the hard way. Casorn got really bumpy on the back end of Kaufman. Look at him. What is he doing? Kaufman just completely hooks Kaufman right there. 41 going to go around as well, too. I don't know what Casorn was doing right there. He just completely hooked him. Really hate to see that. It didn't look intentional necessarily, but it wasn't very bright. I'm gonna throw out some Steve Letarte commentary right now, Bowie. You know how animated he can get. That was
yeah.
I don't know what that was, but my God. Let's go back to the yellow flag. Right when it happened. Again, another yellow that didn't really involve a lot of people. That's interesting to me. Let's go back once more. Yeah, look at this. It's almost like he didn't know if he wanted to go 4 wide there or stay behind him. Go back a little bit further because he was bumping him a little bit beforehand. Look at this. Goes down right here. But he's not clear. I don't understand what that move is. That's tough. That one's tough to watch for me. Kaufman going to go around here. Not going to get a ton of damage, I don't think, but these guys are also going to scatter down. Luckily, Billy, this happened on the backstretch where there's so much real estate to peel off, right? And to avoid the mess.
Exactly, with the backstretch and having all that room to the bottom, and that's big, for those guys. If this were like like at Kansas, for example, and that happens on the backstretch, yes, there's room, but man, everybody's going that same direction, so it could have been a lot worse.
Yes, sir. A bunch of guys going to come down pit road right now. Casorn himself, Van Drugmond, bunch of guys. But, to be fair, too, right? It's, I don't know how long we can keep this excuse up, but there's nerves. There's a lot of things going on early in a season. And I think one thing that people don't also consider, too, is that you kind of have to get used to the guys around you. In the season's 18 races, to be fair, but a lot of these guys, there's a lot of new guys here. I would say it's half of existing, season 8 or beyond guys and then new guys this season, but it's a lot to take in as far as driving style, new league, new rules. So I get it, but it's tough, right? Especially when you see guys who have been here a couple seasons, making mistakes, right? Going back to like, Jackson Anderson, right? Making that line change move. It's like, that was the wrong thing to do. it's just, it's just funny to me. But hey, that's why we race it out.
It's a lot of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just I think the one with Jackson, I think that was nerves. The one with Scott, there's moves that you make that maybe you feel like, hey, like I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I can start to make some moves. And you make those moves, and then things happen, and you're like, I shouldn't have made that move. And so the hope is that hopefully he learned that lesson and probably won't do it again. But unfortunately, people get caught up in the mistakes that people make, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's tough at tracks like this too, right? Because luckily that didn't involve a lot of people, but a lot of people can get involved in big wrecks, and but it happens. As the choose car is right here, we'll give an alternate angle. See what the drivers see on approach. So far, pretty effective. Looking pretty good. Again, big shout out to Harpoon Design, by the way, for all the paint schemes done. I wouldn't say all of them, but a good portion of them this season. Always making the cars look good, us look good. Always a fun time. Caution was going to get extended, but now it's going to be shortened back. So we're going to go back green this time, it looks like. Awesome to see. So, fourth caution, lap 35. Quickly approaching halfway. This might put us into a better position with fuel. So we'll keep that in mind too, right? If this went green the entire way, I think we're going to get really close on how fuel works. But I think now we're pretty good. A couple of guys came down pit road, front of the field, obviously pushing as much as they can, but fuel should be a lot better now. But Daryl Young, John Hagan up front. They've been up front now for quite a while. Looking really good. Not too far back. Trevor Huff, Wyatt Tinsley, the dual purple cars in the second row. O'Keefe and Weist looking really good too. Weist, man, hey, that Apollo Motorsport team looking extremely fast. Last season, got themselves in the playoffs. Looking to have another go at it this time around. A lot of fan favorite tracks this season, this schedule. Definitely a lot more focused for the drivers. No crazy wild road courses like we've been doing. Pretty standard road courses, Watkins Glen and the Roval. So, a lot of cool things coming up this season. But first, we have to get through Talladega. Here we go. Daryl Young, John Hagan up front. 15 laps to go in stage 2. In that Geico restart zone. And we are good to go. Green back out. Inside lane, man, dominant already. Outside lane, really going to fizzle out right here. A lot of guys didn't get a good restart here, but man, the inside lane is right where you want to be.
And did you see how fast the 71 just fell? I mean, that was one of those things where it's just like, I wish I had the help behind me, but we're just gonna hope that nobody puts me 3 wide and I fall any further back. So he's pretty lucky to get picked up, honestly, because usually when that happens, you usually don't pick that person up. You just go around them and keep the momentum going.
Yeah, it's so tough. I mean, these guys doing everything they can right now. But look at the gap. Look at Weist right here. 3 car length gap between him and Kenny Reel. Very interesting why these guys aren't tightened up together, but again, fuel I don't think is as much of a concern now, Bowie, because of that yellow flag, right? I mean, but still, ugh.
Yeah, they should be pretty good on fuel. Really restarted about lap 35, so yeah, they should be good on fuel. If anything, maybe a little tight now, but I think they're pretty good on fuel now. The question is going to be now is how aggressive do you want to be? You know, if you're that much close on fuel, is it time to start making moves? Because you know you can't do anything with about 5 to go, so you gotta already make your moves ahead of time to try to counteract all the, you know, not being able to come through the field before. So, and you see the 20 running on the high side and getting that push from Kenny Real. He is just look like they're gonna try and take the lead.
I'll tell you what, they've been pretty locked in today so far. Earlier on, we saw Kenny Real pushing Tinsley, and it seemed to be really good for them. And right now, they're doing the same thing, and they're making headway in that top lane. And look at them, they might have enough room here to cross over. Not going to be enough for Kenny. He couldn't squeeze down, but he'll maintain the outside lane. Wyatt Tinsley and Kenny looking really, really stout right now. Same thing with Daryl Young. Oh no, Kenny's going to get hung out here to dry in the middle. That is bad news bears, Bowie.
Good analogy. But yeah, that's one of the things I was saying, right? And now we're going to go 4 wide. And it gets even more sketchier. But that's what I was saying. You know, you can get pushed out there pretty well, but you gotta hope you have friends behind you, because if you don't, you're just gonna fall to the back.
Oh lordy, hold on to her. 3 wide sketchy, but 4 wide is almost impossible.
I said it was gonna probably ramp up, and these boys are now going for it now.
But this is the decision making too, right? Like, hey, do I put myself 4 wide in the situation? Look at this, they're all beating a bang and Halsey. Side by side here. Still 4 wide, the 32 Trush making contact with Josh Larson here, the all-white car. At some point, Bowie, I feel like as a driver, you have to realize, you know what? I probably shouldn't be 4 wide right now and back out of it, right? I mean, it's lap 40. Yeah. Long race still. I mean, why the urgency right now, do you think?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, you know, I want to win the stage, and I got about 10 laps to get there. I mean, that's probably part of it, or trying to just get as many points as you can. But in my opinion, if we're going 3 and 4 wide, I don't want to be in it. I am one of those drivers that I'm for. I'll back out of it, because I just know where this is gonna go.
Oh, yeah.
At least on stage points, probably. But I would rather have another chance at least get a good finish than be on a record. So. Depends on your thought process at this point.
I agree. And to me, you know, I like being aggressive, but I like to be cautiously aggressive, right? In a case like that, like, I just don't want to be that guy, right, to cause the mistake. That causes 20 cars to potentially wreck or whatever, you know? So I'll back out of it, but man, it's so tough to put yourself in that position. But to your point, I mean, hey, 9 laps to go here for the stage 2 ends. A lot can happen.
Yes, a lot can happen, and you gotta also, I guess I didn't think about this, but you also have to think about, like, if the caution comes out with 4 to go in the stage, that's it. So technically, you only have 4 laps to get to the front.
Great point.
And then another 5 laps to try and hold everybody off. So
I agree.
Yeah, that's more than likely. That's probably why the aggressiveness has taken a couple steps up.
Yeah, see, and look at this right here. I mean, Weist, just about to say, man, just awesome job for Weist to get himself in the front of the pack, led that lap. But look at this. Everyone's letting themselves too much of a gap in between, right? I mean, people are just passing each other left and right because there's no, I don't want to say awareness, but there's no, I guess, a lack of a better word, awareness to defend, you know, the lane in front of you or next to you and things like that, right? There's just, they don't maybe know how to deal with it. There's just so much going on.
I think a lot of people are still kind of learning, honestly, this package. I mean, it just came out maybe I think the beginning of this current season that we're in, or maybe the season before that, but it's still a fairly new package. There's still a lot to learn. You know, even the guys that are running up front, they're realizing, hey, like I'm Oh my God! And the 55 and the 81 just about wrecked there. But
Yeah.
a lot of these guys are figuring out now, like, okay, how hard can I actually push these guys? Like, how
Right.
hard can I actually side draft? Like, as the race goes on and we get later and later into this run, you're gonna see more and more aggressiveness. So, um, and I tell you what, the 55 and the 81, I am using an M&N line. The palms a little sweaty on that one because I don't know how the 55 didn't get wrecked there.
Quick update on Scott Casorn. Actually got DQ'd for not serving a black flag for a restart violation. So he is now out of the race. Scott Casorn. And we keep it going. Lap 44, Daryl Young, Hagan, Tinsley, Huff right now, all making a name for themselves early in this race and in this season. Looking very good. We know how fast Daryl Young is. Obviously a two-time winner here at Talladega in this series. But man, oh so fast are these guys right here, all going for that stage win. One thing I will say, Bowie, is that this package especially, it's harder in the sense that the cars are all together, but since they're slowed down a little bit, it's actually kind of easier to push people and to be a little bit more have more maneuverability around the pack. But you can see this. Daryl Young had zero help there on the inside. Outside lane just goes around. Trevor Huff going to now lead this race in that 95 machine.
Yeah, I think I would agree, definitely agree with you. As we see the third lane, absolutely just falling apart. So their shot, honestly, to probably get back out there is probably pretty low right now. They're gonna have to really try something new if they really want to try and get back after it. But this second lane, I would say it's starting to move forward. 82 is getting a nice shot from the. Unfortunately, I can't see the car number right now. The 69. So. Those guys just got to continue to work together, continue to push. I mean, they might have a shot.
They're making it happen right now. We're within that window. If a caution were to come out, that would end the stage. Trevor Huff would win that if it stays the way it is. But yeah, looking pretty wild right now. Zach Rongich in the middle of the pack. Always hard to talk about new guys and new storylines coming into the season when everyone is 2 and 3 wide. So we'll start to get into the new drivers and whatnot once things kind of calm down a bit next week at Chicagoland. But right now, a lot to go. Who can get that first win of the season?
Looks like Jackson wants to really go. He keeps picking up highs, so I think he's trying to wait possibly for a run, but he's got to time it just right. And the field is also catching the 25 of James Kaufman. So if they're going to do something, they better do it and use him as a pick.
I'll tell you what, a lot of guys making a move right now. Down pit road, Curley, King, Dallaire, Thurston, Barroso, 6. All down pit road. Looks like for fuel, maybe a quick splash and go. They are on pit road. A couple of guys, but we may be scared that they're not going to make it, or are they too far back to contend for the stage that they want to pit now, knowing a yellow comes out in 3 laps?
I think you just hit it right there on the head. I think these guys are like, you know what, we don't have a shot. Let's go ahead and pit, fill it up, and stay in front of these guys before the stage ends, and then we'll get back to we'll go to the lead because the rest of these guys are going to pit. So as you can see, look like some more guys are starting to peel off now. So yeah, I think that's the play. If you don't have a shot, then go ahead and pit, fill up, and swap positions, get to the front, and see if you can hold anybody off. So it's a good strategy call.
Yes, it is. A couple more. Van Drugman, Chad Oxendine, all down pit road as well. Pit should close within 2 laps, which should be this next time by, so keep that in mind right now, though. Halsey out front, couple of different names in the front of the field now, but we making moves outside lane. Frank DeAngelis really making the outside lane work right here, and there he is, pushing Halsey to the lead.
Oh, yeah, that was a textbook move right there. The 69 hooking up with the 82, allowing the 38 to push him. I mean, that was textbook right there. That was pretty smooth.
Right now, coming to the line, lap 49. Ooh, top 4 all close together. Zelazny right there. A couple of different players right now, but we up in the front, making some moves late to get here. Austin Halsey in the lead. Next time by will be the end of stage 2. Right when the leader crosses the line, they throw the yellow out. Halsey looking to get his first stage win of his career here in ASRA. Looking very good. Who drops down low? Does Zelazny make a move? No, it's going to be the 38 of Zach Rongich. Right there, going to push Halsey.
Halon has a huge run, though. Might
Yes,
come
they
back
do.
and steal it from him.
Who
As
can-
the guy, and they're catching lap cars as well.
Does Weiss make a move? Does it clear? No, he doesn't. He's going to go in the outside lane. Might be enough. His teammate, Tim Robb, right there, too. Jacob Weiss, going to be the stage 1 winner. Stage 2 winner, excuse me. I'm getting all jonesed up here, too, Bowie. All excited. Lord have mercy.
That was definitely a good finish. I did see some moves that I'm like, man, you just need to stick together. But overall, that was a good finish. That was fun.
Man, very, very good finish. There he is, Jacob Weiss, winning stage number 2. Man, what a great push he got from the outside lane. Made the perfect move, too, around Zelazny. And then Tim Robb, his teammate, was right there to maybe finish the deal and push him to that stage win. That's huge. 1 playoff point right there, and then 10 points towards the playoffs and his season. Man, awesome, awesome run for Jacob Weiss. Well, folks, that's going to be it for stage 2. Halfway through the race right now. We're going to step aside for just a quick second. Thank some sponsors. We'll come back and we'll get going for stage 3. All right, back at it right now. Stage 2 over and done with. Everyone coming in and down pit road right here. All kinds of crazy moves. DeAngelis shown as the leader right now. A lot of those guys did pit before it all ended, so obviously they have a lot to go right there. So Frank DeAngelis, excuse me, will be the leader as we come back here. Stage 3 about to be underway momentarily. But man, so fun right now, this race. Lap 52. A lot of great racing. That end of stage 2 is exactly what I was hoping to see as we start this race this season. Long way to go, obviously, but DeAngelis, Curley, King, Barroso 6. Your top 5. Looking very, very good. A couple of guys topping off on fuel here. It looks like potentially maybe even fixing some damage. So Brandon Bowie, ready to go here for the choose. Take a quick second here to thank everybody as well for watching on Race Day on YouTube. Appreciate it. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe button. We're getting so close to 1,000 subs. That would be pretty cool to hit that on the as soon as possible. Be kind of cool. Unlock some cool things for you guys. Some channel memberships and all kinds of fun stuff. So, choose car about to be here once more. Here we go. Everyone making their choice. A couple of different players up front, obviously. A lot of guys who chose to come down pit road before the stage ended are now up front. So a change of scenery, but it makes sense, right? You kind of save your stuff, avoid all the messes in the first half of the race, but then now try and get up front, try and survive, try and win this thing. Awesome stuff. The choose car again does its thing. Top of the leaderboard here, Tyler Curley, excuse me, going to be it. Frank DeAngelis came down pit road to top off or whatnot. A couple of guys up front though. Bunch of guys here. Look at that. Support in the chat. Go Tyler Curley. Nice. I see Deweese in the chat. Love that. Deweese right now in P15 looking pretty stout in the number 8 machine. Nice classic looking car there. Looking good. We're going to get into all the paint schemes and whatnot as the season goes on. Try and get a good look at a couple of these. Looking good. Well, hey, stage 3 going to begin right now. Everyone has pit. Everyone ready to go. So if this thing stays green, I mean, really, if we have a couple of cautions, they'll need to at least pit once for fuel. Tires, you never know, but fuel for sure will need to be happening for everybody. Fuel can only go about 30 laps, give or take, 30, 32. So expect some green flag pit stops to happen if we stay green, but you never know. New players up front. Field kind of swapped here with this green flag stop as well as the stage end. So here we go. Lap 53 on to 54. Curley and King up front in the Geico restart zone. One lap under our belt right now in stage 3. Oh my word, Tyler Curley made a big bold move right there to go down in front of Frankie Barroso in the 48. Starting to get serious now, Bowie. Stage 3.
It's time. So, and you can see we are 3 wide already. So, the boys are ready, you know, and it's time now. It's you know, no caution comes out. These boys are gonna have to do a green flag pit stop. So, couple different strategies you can kind of go with that. You can maybe short pit a little bit, and you know, pit early and try to avoid all the carnage and kind of just run by yourself and just try to manage a certain speed or try to run faster than the whole field, which is possible with enough cars. So, this is going to be the interesting part, the strategies, the if there's going to be a caution, you know, if there is a caution, who's collected in it, like how does that change the field? Like there's just so many different things that can happen in this stage, and honestly, I don't even know what's going to happen. So I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time.
Right now, a couple of drivers working together. Brandon Six, Kevin King, right there in the middle of your screen. We're in the back of the field. We touched on it before, but now they're kind of in the middle of it, trying to get themselves through. I mean, it's go time now, right? 56 laps into this race. It's going to end pretty quick. But that third line trying to do what they can. Wyatt Tinsley, we know he knows what he's doing. And, hey, this 3 wide. To your point, it could be just deadly. I mean, one wrong move, and it can all go south for a lot of these guys. But either way, it's putting on one hell of a show right now to start the season.
Yeah, and I mean, you're right. I mean, it only takes one misstep, to take out half the field or to take out a bunch of cars. So, it's like you said, that chess and checkers game. Well, now it's all about chess, and it's about making the right moves, putting yourself in the right position, and then holding that position. Because, as we know, the later in the run, the harder it is to pass, the harder it is to get up front. So, a lot of these guys are, there's a lot of teams in here. There's a lot of teammates. So, they're going to also have to work together and communicate with each other about, when to pit, how many cars are going to pit. Some of these guys have 2 and 3 teams. Some of these guys there's only 3 of them. So, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it goes as this field is shuffling all through the middle of the pack right now.
And you can see how chaotic it is right now, right? Nick Silver on board right here, and he is 3 wide in the middle, kind of towards the back here. And it is just, you can't go anywhere, right? So you really have to be cautious, and it's tempting to kind of split the gap sometimes, but that's when I feel like people get in trouble. So it's just a matter of finding the lane that moves, finding a gap, and fitting into it, right? And hoping it you made the right call.
Yeah, a lot of it is a game of chance. You're hoping that, okay, like for example, looking at the third lane right now, the third lane is got quite a bit of cars, but they're not as packed up as they need to be. And the question is, do you want to be that packed up this early in the run? Like, you want to get to the end, and you can tell, like, there's some guys that are starting to bail out now because they're realizing, like, I don't want to be that aggressive. So, again, it's mainly chess. It's what's going on right now. Trying to find the right person to work with. As you see, the 82 made a move on the 22 and moved him up, and the looks like the 43 and the 22 were working together. Well, they're not working together anymore. So 22 is going to probably fall to the back, and he's going to have to try. Well, he actually gets picked up. Sorry, but he's not running the front anymore. So now he's going to have to crawl his way, try to get back to the front. And it's just not easy to do that.
Right. Yeah, very, very tough for sure. And right now they're going to try and squeeze themselves back in. Looks like that was Van Drugman. Yeah, found himself into the high lane right there. High line still trying to work. Daryl Young, I believe that is, as well as, who is that? Van Drugman now going to try and make that outside lane work. Grant Salzano in tow. Yeah, a long race to still go, 40 laps. And overall, I think it's been really good so far. A couple of, mistakes from a couple drivers, but they're minor. It's early season jitters, I guess we can call them, but in just big pack racing, right? When you get almost 40 guys together, in these cars, you're gonna have mistakes, right? And I think that happens. But right now, a lot of guys making their moves, 3 wide, 2 wide. They're all capable of running at a high level, and I think we're showing that off today.
And honestly, you see a lot of, like you said before or earlier in the broadcast, there's a lot of new faces here. You had the 43, you have the is that the no, sorry, 82's been here before, but the 77. Nick Silver came back and 23. There's and there's also some people who only ran part-time last season, so they didn't run full-time.
Right.
So there's just as you can see, the third lane, it's moving.
It's there. Yeah, it's there.
It is. That is very shocking to see that little bit of cars actually do that. But again, I said, if you get a good group of cars together that know what they're doing, they've got a shot. And it looks like the 22 has taken the lead from the top lane. It's pretty impressive.
It's very
Pretty
shocking,
impressive.
but I mean, Daryl Young gonna blow the doors off of that outside lane right now.
Absolutely.
But again, right? Like, you know, you look at, I mean, watch this week. I mean, granted, it is Daytona this week in A class, but you know, watch Daytona. You don't typically see 3 wide there, but you definitely can. But to your point, in those kind of races or draft masters, you just won't see 3 wide work because it typically doesn't. But we just saw right there, to your point, 3 wide for a good couple of laps, and the leader got the lead from that. So it blows my mind, I guess, you know, when you get 40 drivers who are capable, who know what they're doing, high skill level, right, high ceiling, they can just do things that you don't expect. And right now, top of the board, Patrick O'Keefe making a statement early. A couple of new guys, Bowie, making some good moves here. Him, Trevor Huff, we saw earlier on, up front. Good to see.
I'm really excited for the new drivers that came into the season to really see what they're capable of doing, you know, including the veterans as well. You know, the veterans has been around for a couple of seasons now, you know, so now it's like, all right, there's new blood in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, let's see if you're able to do it. So, you know, and you know, there's also, you know, maybe guys who maybe weren't the best and maybe, you know, we're still learning over the seasons, and now you kind of see them doing really well, you know, as well. So
Agree,
it's definitely interesting as the 11 looks like he is going for the lead against the 22. But again, I mean, it's making the right moves, right? You know, whether you're a rookie to the series or you're a veteran, making the right moves will get you to the lead every single time. The game is trying to figure out how you hold that lead, and that is something that a lot of people still struggle with to try to figure out.
That's right. Quick update on a couple of drivers in the back of the field. Don't want to forget about them. We have Vincent Short, James Kaufman right now in the back working together. Also as well, Michael Johnson, Matthew Blackley, both involved in incidents recently, but still chugging their way along. A long way to go still. Can definitely improve on that. Josh Larson having some paint scheme issues. I know what that car looks like normally, but it's all white today, so something happened with that. It's all good. That can happen, but he is right there back in 30th, and the car looks fine, but I don't see any damage. Might just be back there. Maybe lost the draft, or blinking issues it looks like potentially still. Hopefully that can get sorted out. But main pack right here, a lot of these guys just holding on to the back end of the pack. Oberstadt and Mealy, Trevor Huff, John Hagan. Jackson Anderson was back towards the front. Zelazny as well, fighting for that stage 2 win, but back here now as well. So again, maybe what we saw Kevin King and 6-2 and those guys earlier on in stage 2, maybe they're trying to do some kind of maneuver here. As actually, I'm just realizing these are a lot of flagship motorsport drivers in the back here. So looks like team strategies as well as Robin Wiest. That's Apollo Motorsport. So team antics, Bowie, I've got a feeling, towards the back of this pack.
Yeah, you're gonna probably start to see it now. We are on lap 66 of 100, and we are getting close to maybe starting to see some strategy. You know, if you were to split this in half, it was a 50 lap run, so you come down normally at 25, 25 laps in. Maybe you come a little earlier to try to get away from the field and just try to make up speed. Maybe you come a little later to try to maybe avoid any cautions or anything like that by not, you know, being, you know, caught up in it or anything. So the strategies are, you know, kind of crazy right now of what can happen. We're just going to have to really just wait and see what these guys decide to do. But this is my favorite part of the race, to be completely honest with you. The strategy,
yes.
What these guys are going to try and do, because it's always just, it's very unique to me, like, especially if they have a strategy and then to be able to pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody can have a strategy, but to be able to pull it off is the game changer, in my opinion. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how things go.
And I think typically we've seen flagship motorsports, you know, not necessarily dominate these super speedway races in the series, but they have won and typically done the best as of recent, you know, besides like Daryl Young winning, you know, back-to-back years here at Dega. But, you know, which is why I'm like, you know what, they've got something up their sleeves, because they're all back here. waiting in the wings. You know they're going to pit together. So I think that makes sense why they're doing that. Again, the same thing with Tim Robb and Weist, right? Two-man team. Maybe they've got to deal with Flagship today. And Flem Dogs, working together, trying to pit together. We'll see. A lot of these guys, though, too wide, don't seem like they have a plan. They just want to be up front and stay up front. And that's not bad either, because you never know how this race can continue.
Yeah, and another thing that Flagship could be doing, and I want to say that Flagship has definitely been the team to beat basically every super speedway. Yes, Daryl Young has won his, but as far as team base, it's been Flem Dogs and Flagship, and their way of coordinating and communicating with each other to basically come out of the stage 3 with the lead and walk away from the field.
Yeah.
So,
mm-hmm.
however they figure things out, they've definitely got it going on when it comes to that. I would not be surprised if they got something cooking and they're just in their time and they're just waiting. And again, normally, if I remember correctly, we usually stay green during stage 3. So if it stays green and they're back there saving fuel,
yeah,
it's a good possibility they're going to leapfrog this field. They're going to have a little bit of gap, and then it's going to be them leading, and then everybody else once again playing catch up. So again, I love the strategy. I love the mind games that these guys play. It's what makes it so interesting to me. And like I said, I'm counting down the clock and the laps now. We're on lap 70. I'd say another 5 laps, you might start seeing some movement.
I like that, and you've got a good point too, because typically, these races in our past, they've gone about, pretty hectic, 2 and 3 wide for about half the race. And then it's kind of single file, and then drawn out, little packs here and there, the other half. And sometimes that flips. Maybe it's the first half of the race, second half of the race, whatever it is. But today it's been all close quarter combat, as they say in the, modern warfare and battlefield world.
Yeah.
But so it's been a lot about that, and I think that a little bobble there at a Young, but I think we're seeing just how close it is. The package change definitely adds to that, right? A lot of close quarter racing and stuff, but it's pretty nice. It's good to see, right? It's a good watch, versus tandem racing or little packs here and there. Although, if we see green flag stop soon, we're going to see, 5, 7, 8 car packs, trying to get themselves to the front, right? And that'll definitely extend that green flag if we can get that. So a lot can still happen, but coming down and pitting with a good-sized field or a good-sized pack, that's going to be key.
Yeah, and then, with that comes don't speed on pit road, don't slide your tires, don't speed off pit road.
Exactly.
Make sure you as it looks like the Patrick is starting to catch Chase Kaufman and another driver here. So that could also shape up some things, because you got to be able to get around them safely.
And here we go.
Especially if they're not going to pull to the apron. So, man, we're getting down to it, man, and I'm not even in the car, and I'm getting a little nervous now. Just to be honest with you. So,
I agree. Well, hey, we're getting down to it right now. I mean, right now, Flagship drivers all coming down pit road. A couple of them: Tinsley, Hagen, Anderson, Oberstadt, Zelazny, Mealy. First pack to come down pit road here, all leaving together too. Good thing. So that's the first pack. So watch out for those names as we continue this race. Couple of lap down cars here now. Kaufman, Vincent Short, going to stay on the apron. Kaufman into the grass. Oh God. It's just got to be careful there not to come through the field, but respectful for sure to get out of the way. Appreciate that. But up front.
So I was gonna say I was looking at the Flem Dogs team and see how good they got off. I mean, it's 4 cars, And then unfortunately, they look like they lost some people, so that's gonna hurt them a little bit. But if they can hurry up and get connected back together, as I see the 2 and the 4 trying to get back together to catch the 3, to catch the rest of their team, you're losing time. And again, like I said, that the pitting, getting off in the pitting, the getting in pit road, the getting off pit road is so crucial.
Yes.
To make sure you hit your marks. And if any little bit of a bobble can be the end of a chance to win a race. So it's going to be interesting now that they've made the first move. Who's the next team to make the next?
Agree. And the thing is, too, right? Like, if you're going to make a mistake going on pit road, you know, do it in stage 1 and 2 when you know a caution's going to come out to kind of reset you. Right now, though, green flag stops, no more guaranteed yellows except the checkered flag. You really got to pull it off now, to your point, right? Getting on pit road here is not terribly hard, but you just can't slide the tires. You know, you just have to do everything right, especially when all these guys pit at the same time. Can't collide into each other. You can't do all kinds of things like that. It can go south pretty quick, but who comes next is the question. We saw a couple of guys do it early, and the pit window is open. Just a matter of when.
You could tell that the lead pack as well is like they are basically just considering, okay, they're already out there, let's match their time.
Yep.
That's basically the goal for the lead pack right now. Match the time of the guys that already pitted. If they can do that, they come down pit road, they take the fuel that they need. Hey, we got a shot. You know, they have a shot to actually still stay in front of them.
Exactly.
But again, It's gonna have to be, you know, with the workmanship. And looks like a bunch of cars are coming down now.
Slow it on down. Oh no, Brandon Six gonna slide around. Hold on, might save it. He slides it. That's what we're talking about. You can't make that mistake. Everyone comes down pit road though, clean for the most part. That brake bias. Don't forget to change that coming down pit road too, Billy. That can be a lot of the issues these guys have, right? Too much brake bias. You slam the brakes down, and guess what? The back end locks up, and off you go. A lot of guys, no tire stops, just fuel. Off they go. All try and connect here to get that draft going. Frankie Barroso, Thurston, Daryl Young also a part of that.
Looks like you got another pack coming down pit road now as well. Oh, another one on pit road as well.
Nick Silver, yep. Lord have mercy. Bunch of guys. 623 Motorsport guys turning.
All right, so I've got to look now. Where is Flimdog? Okay.
One thing I'm noticing too, Daryl Young not on the track right now. I don't see him on anywhere. I don't know if he lost connection or something, but Daryl Young, I don't see his car on track, and I thought he just came down pit road with one of those packs. Try and get word on that if we can. Nick Silver making his way off pit road now too, but Austin Salyers, Frank DeAngelis, they are now leading this pack, leading the race here with Tim Robb and Jacob Wiest. 4 drivers all by themselves. I don't think this is going to work out for them, Bowie. 4 drivers haven't pit yet. I don't know. What's the play here?
That's going to be pretty hard. I mean, unless they have something, you know, some you know, mind games that they could play. I don't know if that's going to work, unfortunately. I did find out what happened to the 55. I believe he got caught speeding on pit road.
Oh, no.
I think I clocked him at about 70.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Yep, that'll do it.
I think that was about 70 miles an hour getting and that's unfortunately that is not.
So caught speeding and then rage quit, or
I'm not sure.
I don't see him on track.
I didn't see him again. Okay. Yeah, and he didn't take tires, so Yeah,
Damn.
I think that was
Yeah,
it.
that's tough. I mean, things like that, right? It can happen to anybody. Daryl obviously one of the very best on tracks like this, but a little tiny mistake like that can happen. That's the Denny Hamlin effect. Denny is so good, right? But he just
Yep.
he can never slow that thing down.
Yeah, and one of the things is I wish he wouldn't have quit. Honestly, I wish he kind of just would have, hey, just continue to go out there, and you never know because the cars could come out and
Yeah,
you could
lucky
still,
dog. Oh yeah.
Hey, look, it's not over yet. I mean, it sucks in the situation. Oh well, never mind. Looks like he might have just lost one, which is even a worse situation. Ouch. But yeah, that's tough. That's just a tough situation all around.
Oh, actually getting word here. Daryl lost power.
Oh no.
Yeah, lost power.
Ugh.
So speeding penalty and then lost power. That's
Lost power.
double whammy. Yeah, because you're right. I feel like he would have realized that. Yeah, there's still a lot of race to go. There's lucky dog possibility. There's all kinds of things. So, but it is unfortunate.
All right, so it looks like the field is kind of definitely spread out a little bit more than I thought.
Yeah,
With the 83 now, leading, which I think we kind of expected that with them pitting. But I thought there would have been a lot more cars involved. But
maybe
there is a second field that's coming though.
They're pretty disorganized though, and I believe that again, Tim Robb, Jacob Weist, Frank, and I believe Salyers have not pit yet. So I think they're still on that. On that. Yeah, see, Frank's coming down pit road right now, as well as Apollo, but they're going to come down by themselves. Oh man, there's no way Frank made that speeding. He looked like he was flying down past the line there. But Jacob Weist, Tim Robb coming down pit road now as well. Salyers going to try and stick alongside here with these guys. But Salyers is shown as the leader right now, so some different strategies for Bowie. I don't know if they're hoping for a caution maybe, or
I've been hoping for a caution. Could be. I did go back and because I was curious now, and since I'm now, it seems like the police for speeding on pit road. I actually, the 69 actually did. Frank did make pit road speed.
Okay.
He locked it up well enough to slow it down, so he was good to go.
Here comes Salyers right now down pit road by himself. Yeah, see, this is I don't get this. I mean, you can't pit by yourself. That's going to be big trouble. So, not sure where the communication breakdown happened, or if teammates and him didn't. I don't know how that worked out, but we will see. As Jackson Anderson, back to your point earlier, the first group to pit. Here they are leading this race.
Yeah, and again, it's a good play. I think the difference is this time is usually they're usually got a gap.
Right.
3, 4, 5 second gap, and it's usually gonna be very difficult to try and walk them down if they're like maximizing their times.
Agree.
But this situation is a little bit different. And like you see the 11 and Kenny Rio, he's trying to get a second lane going. These.
It's also it's not a small pack either.
Right, exactly. It's a pretty big pack. I mean, a lot of them are single file, well, they were, I should say. But with how aggressive these guys are, I mean, I see some aggressive drivers in this pack, so it ain't over yet.
And if they keep racing the way they do, I mean, right here, look at this. Tim Robb, Jacob Weist, Larson right there as well, a lap down. They can definitely catch that pack as well. So you've got Salyers trying to hold on to that draft if he can. And then these guys right here, I think these guys can definitely catch that main pack if they keep organized. So it's just a matter of keep locking it in, right? Get to it, 16 laps to go. A caution we know changes everything, but under green flag conditions, this is it.
Yeah, this is when it gets serious, right? This is
Oh!
oh no!
Ethan DeLeo around, big wreck into Van Drogen. That will definitely be a caution flag. Oh no. DeLeo around on track, tries to lock it down. It looks like Zach Rongage going to go around trying to avoid him. No damage there for him, but man, that's the yellow that, I mean, well, maybe we wanted to see from a viewership standpoint, but that's tough to see from, you know, I believe teammates actually might have gotten together there. We'll see.
This late into the into the run.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, we're just trying to set up things to kind of get things organized so that way, we can all kind of go for it. And yes, while the shootouts are fun to watch,
Yeah.
as a driver, they are not. I'm just gonna be honest with
Yeah.
you. They are hectic,
Right.
nerve-wracking, and the whole process of, okay, now it's like, okay, do I pit or not pit? Do I stay out? Okay, if I stay out, how many people are behind me? How many
Mm-hmm.
people are with me? So it's just, this is the hard part about the strategy. If the caution comes out, it changes everything.
Oh yeah. And right there, we just saw the reason for it. Ethan DeLaire came down across the nose of Jackson Anderson. I don't think Ethan thought he was clear because he wasn't even close to it, but maybe he thought he was. Either way, tough break for Ethan DeLaire going around right there. Looks like Braxton DeWeese caught some grass, but going to be okay. So overall, not a huge wreck. I'm surprised we haven't seen, I'm not going to jinx it, I guess, either, but I'm surprised we haven't seen the big one happen, just because we've seen some wrecks in the front of the field, but, they've been solo or double, 2-car incidents. A lot of these guys are really, really good about avoiding wrecks and staying aware. It's good to see.
Yeah, I think, again, as the race goes on, I think guys are learning like where their limit is. And there's still some guys that maybe you're, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know exactly what Delaire was kind of thinking or his thought process on that. But things happen, and the like I said, the big thing is now you have, a less than 15 lap shootout.
Yeah.
Where these guys are going to be on it. We thought we saw 3 wide before. We're 3 wide is going to be the normal. Now you're going to be like, are we going to see 4 wide?
And I think now we have to kind of temper our expectations, because before that yellow flag right there, yeah, it was probably going to go green the entire way. That front pack might have gotten a little bit more rowdy, and we would have seen it get pretty wild, right? Maybe a couple more cautions, who knows? But now, with, to your point, how crazy it's going to be with about 12 laps to go once we go back green, yeah, no one's going to give anybody an inch. So it's going to become kind of one of those, just to your point, shootout races. And I think these guys need to change their mentality to, okay, this is how it's going to be now. It's going to be crazy 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide. Got to be oh so careful about decisions they make.
Absolutely. I love racing, but I hated being in this situation. I did not like the trying to make the right move, the trying to make the right, calculated decision on when to pass somebody, when not to, even if we get to the white flag, if you think about it, like when you get to the white flag and you're leading, okay, the person behind you is not going to, they're not going to, make a move early. They're going to wait.
Yes.
So it's just like, okay, when do I make that move? When do I not make the move? So it's just, it's so nerve-wracking, man. But this is why these guys do it. They love it, and more power to them. It was giving me freaking anxiety and indigestion every time we had situations like this.
And we look at it, right? So 12 laps to go when we go green here. A lot of big names up at the front now, right? Wyatt Tinsley up front. We have Patrick O'Keefe, who's been doing great right now in his debut race. Kenny Reel, we know how good he is at tracks like this and has gotten, kind of screwed on a couple of races in the past. I feel like the past 3 or 4 super speedway races here in ASRA, he's gotten dumped on the last lap. It's been pretty wild, but he's been in the running every time. So maybe today's his day, right? Jackson Anderson has that Daytona win from season 7. He knows how to run here. Also today's pole sitter, Kevin King in P5. I mean, God, Hagan, 4-time winner last season. So a lot of guys here, looking to get themselves in the winner's circle early, followed by, really Huff, Oxendine, DeAngelis, DeWeese, all rounding up the top 10. So new guys kind of showing up today.
Yeah, and honestly, I think, again, staying out of trouble, trying to make sure you're there at the end. You're not going to win a race if you're wrecked out or got damage in stage 1.
Right.
Yes, is there a possibility? 'Cause I know there's probably people who say, well, not necessarily. Yes, technically you still have a shot even with damage, but the likelihood is not very high for you. So if you can stay out of trouble, look, we still have 30 something, 30 something cars left.
Yeah.
That don't have, I could be wrong, 28, sorry, that don't have damage. So
yes, sir.
The sky's the limit right now for those 28 drivers.
It is, and going green right now, 12 laps to go. Wyatt Tinsley, a great jump on the inside lane, but 2 by 2 by 2 all the way down across in grid formation. Inside lane, though, pulling out for the most part. Wyatt Tinsley leading that inside lane. When do things start to become unhinged?
I am not sure what happened between the 11 and the 83, but that was not that was not a good move. That just cost them a lot of time. So they got to get the 11 back up there. I think the 11 is the one who definitely has the speed to possibly get up there and get a win. But they got to get him back up there. That's probably their big shot, probably his big shot as well.
Agree. Right now, Braxton DeWeese on the outside lane being pushed by Kenny Reel. A good combination maybe right there. Kenny's been that guy, a great pusher all race long. And right now, the outside lane starting to work a little bit. Got to watch out, though, Bowie, for the guys in the back. They're in desperation mode. They got to get to the front. If a caution were to come out, I've got a feeling it comes from that pack. But
yeah, absolutely. If anything, but they got to get, honestly, the guys in the back have got to find that third lane. They've got to find that group of cars that can give them a shot. It's going to get gridlocked here. You're just not going to be able to go anywhere.
Exactly.
60 just about wrecked there. Holy whoa.
And we might see a guy, right, the outside lane has to be super tight to the inside lane to side draft and try and get themselves ahead of that front, the inside lane. But if they leave themselves enough gap, somebody is going to split the gap there and go middle and then jack everything up. As the low line right now, look at this, 71, 35, 95, excuse me, O'Keefe and Huff making moves. Tell you what.
Oh, it's getting aggressive. I called it. It's getting really aggressive out there.
I'd love to see it, though. The new guys have come into this season and said, you know what? We might be rookies, but we are not rookie in our ability. And they are right here making some good moves here. Top 5, really, all of them. Trying to get a first-time winner already in this series. Huff is making a good move, but look at that. DeWeese kind of holding up high too much right there. If he's not careful, Kenny will squeeze the gap 3 wide, I'm sure, in the middle. Got to really hold high.
48 of Frankie making some aggressive moves, but unfortunately, he tried the third lane, and he is going to drop like a rock, unfortunately.
Yeah, Frankie told us earlier on before the race, he's like, you know what? I've been out for a long time, and might not be a super great beginning of the season for me at Talladega, but it's all good. Making it happen right now. Up front, though, this is where we're going to stay. 9 to go. 3 wide in the back, and this is what I'm talking about, right? These guys they're trying to find something. They want to try and make it 3 wide. It's just not going to go anywhere. Look how spread apart they are.
I mean, if the high line can get together, like, for example, if the well, I'm sorry, it told me there was a wreck, and I didn't see anything. So, if the high line can really, like you said, kind of squeeze together and get that run, man, I mean, they could have such a run and go to the lead and hold it. I think that's kind of what the guys did in that stage 2. So, you know, they just have to do it.
100%. Right now, 8 laps to go, 7 at the line. Huff and DeWeese on the front row right now, trying to get themselves ahead of another. Oh no, big wreck at the beginning. Braxton DeWeese, huge hit into the wall, going to stay on the outside line here. He might be okay. This thing might stay green. DeWeese, huge hit on the outside wall. Everyone stays straight. We keep it green, Bowie. Unbelievable right there, but super unfortunate for the 8 machine.
Kenny Real, yet again, running up front, and I don't know. He has not had the luck here on the super speedways. He's fast, and he has a chance every time, but it's always something that takes him out of it.
It is. Not going to go back and take a look at it right now just because we are green. But man, that is unfortunate. You saw it live. Up front, Wyatt Tinsley, Kevin King up front. Kevin King,
that third
hey.
Lane,
Whew.
that third lane is moving. They're
Hey,
trying.
look at this. 4 wide, just about. Are they going to make it work? You got to go. It's go time. 6 laps to go.
Oh my, wow. What a save by the 71.
Whole lot of sound effects coming from the other side of the booth right now. Brandon Bowie. Lord have mercy. Up front, though, look at the bobbing and weaving. Trying to defend that 71 O'Keefe. Making it look easy, but don't forget, look at the Apollo Motorsport guys. Rob and Weiss in the middle lane. Working together as a tandem. Trying to get themselves their first win as well. Tinsley, you're going to think something about it. In the middle as well. The outside lane just doesn't have the momentum, I think, to get there.
I think they've got to take the run. They've got to find some way to pinch the second line. It seemed like that's how they got it before, but they've got to do it together. They can't do it with just one car doing it. It's a hard thing to do.
The outside lane has to really side draft in order to get themselves any kind of momentum. Look at this, John Hagan on the outside lane, going to try and move around here. Going to get a push from Tinsley here in just a second. There it is. I mean, Bowie, this racing is unbelievable right now. To kick the season off. Love it.
These boys out of control. They are just out of control right now. But you know what, though? They're confident in their abilities. So
Brandon 6 almost shoved it in 3 wide. He thought better of it. Great move. Veteran move to say, you know what? Nope, I'm going to back up. And not be that one to cause the big one.
That could have been very big. The
John
third
Hagan
lane is still trying.
They are. Hagen's there, though. I mean, he's right here in the front of this field. Again, 4-time winner last season, Championship 4 driver. Didn't end up winning the championship. Didn't have a great championship series, but man, definitely talented enough to try and get this W. Wyatt Tinsley, though, right there on his heels. First place this late into the race, Bowie, is not a great place to be, and that's why right there.
Oh, jeez. There's some slicing and dicing up there. Oh, the 20 and Tinsley gets hung out to dry.
Yes, he does. 3 to go right now. Patrick O'Keefe. Kevin King, though, look at him.
Oh,
thought he had a move. But again, O'Keefe, I don't think I like where he's at right now. First place is just so deadly. Look at this on the outside lane. Tim Robb trying to make it happen for himself. 3 laps to go. 2 at the line here. O'Keefe on the inside, but on the outside now, Kevin King. Can Tim Robb push Kevin King here? Going to be 2 laps to go for the Harpoon Design 250.
This is absolutely wild. Up 3 wide trying to get... Oh my goodness.
Brandon 6 right there in the middle. Bobbing and weaving right there. Ended up making it work. Does that third line, does anybody pull out to the third line? Brandon 6, does anybody make that line move? We're seeing 3 wide, almost 4 wide now for the front of the field. Lord have mercy. Kevin King.
This is crazy.
4 wide here. Yes, sir. Get to that white. And there will be no yellows. Oh my gosh. Zelazny in the middle. We are almost 5 wide. Reckon, not yet. We're straight. The Harpoon design white flag is out. Who will win the opening race? Wreck in the back. Too bad, so sad. Not going to be a caution flag. Front of the field, it is. Kevin King, Tim Robb. Who can get themselves a win today? Tim Robb has never won a race in his ASRA career. Can he do it? Kevin King from the back of the field to the front. And look at this, James Thurston, last season's champion. Where the hell did Thurston come from? He is here. Last corner. Trioval incoming. Who's going to make it happen? Tinsley, 3, 4 wide. Kevin King up front. Wyatt Tinsley there. Who's going to beat him? Wyatt Tinsley is going to get it at the line to win the Harpoon design. 250 here at Talladega.
That was absolutely wild coming to the end. Heck of a race.
Oh my God. I am out of breath. That was so damn good. Wyatt Tinsley making a hell of a move there to get it done. P2, Kevin King. P3, Curley. Followed by Zelazny, Hagen, 6, Halsey, Villalobos, Mealy, and Thurston. Unbelievable job for Wyatt Tinsley to get the job done today. He did really well earlier on. We saw him do it. But man, just had to get back to the front. Got the job done. Bowie, that was incredible.
This is what I was looking forward to when I came in the booth. this right here is what I was looking forward to. That was an amazing race to watch. Yes, again, we did have a little bit of hiccups at the beginning, but man, after everybody kind of got their head on straight, they put on some excellent racing since from there.
Some of the best racing I've honestly seen in a long time here. We've seen some good races in recent seasons, right? But man, today, that was unbelievable. Wyatt Tinsley wins today for the Harpoon design. 250 from Talladega. We'll come right back, folks. We'll thank some sponsors, and we'll talk to your top 3. Stick around. All right, folks, we are back for the final. We are back here from the Harpoon Design 250. Shout out to all of our sponsors right now. We are seeing and watching the replay of that white flag lap. Just incredible, 4 and 5 wide as they cross the line. We're going to bring in, as we do, our top 3. We usually start 3, 2, 1. So we'll go and talk to Tyler Curley right now. Let's bring him in real fast and get his perspective on how it all went down. Let's see if we can find him first, actually. Here we go. Here's the man, P3, Tyler Curley. Unbelievable race right there, and crazy. I'm still kind of speechless how awesome that race was. But man, P3 to start the season, brand new here, obviously. first race for you, but dude, how'd that go from your perspective?
Am I allowed to curse?
Try and keep it to a minimum,
That
I guess.
excitement. All right, that was freaking awesome. That was unbelievable, man. Oh my god. I'm so thankful for everyone that Brandon obviously here for letting me join his team and working with all those guys tonight. They taught me a lot, and I'm speechless, man. That's unbelievable. I did not think I was gonna get third. So that's a win. I'm good. I'm really hyping points to start the season. I'm super stoked about that. So cannot wait to go the rest of the year. That is awesome. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, man, a lot of fun for sure. I mean, pretty chaotic, obviously. You know, we kind of expected once, you know, that like 15 laps to go caution were to come out, it might get chaotic. We expected, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of cautions, you know, to kind of end the race, but that was just hard-nosed racing, and just, I mean, the talent, I feel like, of the field really showed off right there. Last lap is going to happen because it's the last lap, but really good stuff for sure. But man, awesome job for sure. Anybody you want to shout out? Friends, family, sponsors? What you got for us today?
I'd like to shout out, I mean, like I already said, Brandon for letting me come along. Everyone like James Thurston, Kevin King, all those guys for really accepting me, not really knowing exactly who I was, but accepting me and working with me really well. And the communication, that was just instant click between everyone. I believe his name is Frankie, all the 48, all those guys.
Yeah.
Still trying to learn names. But I'd like to thank Ghost Energy as well, and yeah, a bunch of other people. I don't know. I mean, everyone, all my friends that support me. You know, I ended up quitting another league to run this, and I was like, this is a bigger opportunity for me, and I want to get better at the game. So, you know,
Yes, sir, man.
Thanks to all of them. So, yeah.
Hey, good stuff, dude. A great start to your season. We'll definitely catch you next week at Chicagoland. Awesome job today, dude.
Thank you.
All right, there he is. Man, Tyler Curley. Love the energy. Did so well right there. We're going to bring in P2 now, Kevin King. There's a good old Kevin King. Here's the man, 29 machine, Kevin King today. Unbelievable job. You found yourself in the front of the pack, kind of laying low earlier on, but right there at the end, you were so close. Did everything right, honestly, but man, how'd that race go for you, man? Great job today, P2.
Yeah, as everyone knows, I'm not a big fan of super speedway racing because I can't really control a lot of the things that I can do on the track. But you know, we were running, and I decided to pit and kind of avoid some chaos. And then I started talking to the guys about like the pit strategy and stuff. I was like, why don't we just pit first and jump all these guys? And sure, we're gonna take a little bit longer in the second stop, but I feel like that's gonna get us out of the chaos. And sure enough, it did. So most of us were able to jump frog a lot of that, and obviously we were towards the front at the end. So it's super bummed that Thurston blew up. I think we were gonna finish 1-2 there, which for me would have been amazing because I don't know the last time I won a super speedway race. But yeah, had a lot of fun. We avoided some wrecks, but I felt like I ran a pretty smart race, not super aggressive, but just aggressive enough to put myself in position to not get wrecked and also, you know, finish second. So hopefully Brandon's happy with that. It's a good start to the season.
Yes, sir, man. Really impressive. Obviously, we know your skills. So to come out of a P2 today at a track like this that you just don't know what it's going to be like, very impressive. So excited to see how you do rest of the season, man. Awesome stuff. Hey, give us a shout out real quick to your friends and family sponsors. The floor is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I put a new scheme on for this race. It's one of my old school races schemes that I had from like 2K3 era that I wanted to showcase. So it's pretty cool. It's very old school. Recreated it, but J Concepts, VRS, GSI, Rev Grips, my buddy who does those things, and of course Brandon Bowie 623 Motorsports for asking me continuously every day, every hour, if I would run. And thankfully, I was able to make sure my schedule was allocated open. And made the trip. I mean, like I've told you before, I really enjoy this league. I enjoy what you do. I enjoy the drivers. It's a lot of fun. So I really appreciate all the guys. One of the best super speeder races I've come across with this package, which is not too fun anymore, unfortunately. But you know, everyone I felt like did a really good job. So kudos to the drivers. Congrats to Wyatt. No surprise at what he did there. He's a really good super speeder racer, and look forward to racing him on the track. It should be real fun.
Yes, sir, man. Pleasure as always. We'll catch you next week, dude. Have a good night.
Thanks, so. Yes, you too.
There he is, Kevin King, Emoji Class Act. P2 today, man. A lot of good things coming his way this season, I feel like. But awesome as always. P1, though, we're going to bring in Wyatt Tinsley. Wins right there. You just saw it happen on the replay. Made the move around Kevin King at the right time. Picture perfect move to win his first race here today. Let's bring him in real fast. Get him in. Where is he? Here he is, Wyatt Tinsley in that Wise Owl Wash machine, man. Hey, unbelievable job. Worked really well with a couple of guys earlier on in the race. But then right now, man, just made the perfect move to get around Kevin King at the line. You must be feeling pretty stoked, man. Great job today. First win in ASRA.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a great race. Good racing with John. Everyone that helped me get that win there, gotta give it to John, man. Gave me that push at the end. And then I don't know who blew up that was pushing Kevin, and that just was catapulted me around them both and was able to round Kevin. Good racing with Kevin there, of course. We go way back. Kevin knows. But yeah, I had a fun race. Package is interesting, I'd say, but all in all, I had such a good race, and I thank you for Matthew Fleming for letting me run his schemes and his sponsors and stuff. So hopefully first with me this season, and I can't wait to be back next week.
Yes, sir, man. Already locked into the playoffs too, so keep that in mind. Locked in, first race. You love that. Obviously, rest of the season can be a little bit more relaxed maybe, but awesome job, dude. Definitely expect more W's out of you, I think, and very impressive stuff. Floor is yours, man, for any sponsors, friends, family, shout-outs, all you.
I guess I gotta give a big sponsor to my sponsor in the car, I guess Wise Oil Wash, Oasis Sim Racing. Oh, I gotta look at this because I haven't looked at it here. Wheels America Racing, San Antonio Karting Complex, yep, and then Southern Diesel Solutions. I guess my car's from Texas. Texas stays winning, I guess. But yeah, this car may have a car change next week because I'm not sure if I'm feeling the purple, but I guess maybe I should keep it because we won. But yeah, I gotta thank Matthew Fleming and everyone on the Flim Dogs team and everyone with the Fleming Racing as well that helped me this race. We had a good time working together. I feel bad for some of them that got wrecked early on there, but all in all, me and John were racing good there.
Yes, sir, man. Very impressive. Love to see you get that first dub, dude. Yeah, awesome job, man. We'll see you next week at Chicagoland. Have a good night. Go celebrate.
Yep. Thank you so much. Have a nice one.
Well, Brandon, there we go, man. That was one hell of a race we just witnessed for the first race here of Season 9. What are your thoughts, man?
Man, if it's gonna be like this every daggone week, man, I need to bring some popcorn and some because that was a movie. From start to finish, I felt like I was literally watching a movie, and we got to the end, and you're just like, holy hell, like this is crazy what's going on right now. So, man, shout out to Wyatt Tinsley on getting the win tonight. I mean, that move, was textbook. You see what's going on. Like I said, he saw the six, or sorry, not the six, James Thurston, he blew up, and he could see that Kevin King was basically
Right.
falling back, and he knew he had to make that move, and
made
the move and got the win, man. So, I mean, that's a hell of a drive right there. The race in general was, like I said, a little bit of, but I at the beginning, but I think that had a lot to do with just nerves and just people trying to get to know each other and race around each other. But man, once we hit stage 2, it was game on.
Mhm.
So shout out to all the drivers for putting in the time to race well and put on a good show, because I'm probably gonna go back and watch that race. It was that good.
Yeah, I was really impressed. I mean, obviously, we've been doing this now for 9 seasons, right? And, well, 8 fully. But, yeah, that race we just watched, man, that was pretty insane. I mean, to your point, a couple of cautions early on that were probably, either unnecessary or were kind of like, really? But I think they're going to happen, right? I think every race we're probably going to get a caution that's like, why did that happen? But I think that's just part of, again, running virtually at a track. No one's a pro here. Well, I mean, some are, but you know what I mean, right? Like we're not all real drivers and things, so it all plays a factor. But either way, super good. And to your point, if this is any indication of what we're gonna see as the season goes on, man, I am already locked in. So very excited, very happy. Wyatt Tinsley, a first-time winner in the series, and gonna be good. Locked into the playoffs. Next week we have Chicagoland, the first race for our Dash for Cash in season tournament. Will be a lot of fun. A 3-race bracketed challenge, and gonna be fun. Chicagoland's fun, especially with this car, with this combination. Those 1.5s always prove to be pretty good. So, gonna be fun, man. Appreciate you in the booth, and the choose car was lived another day, which is awesome. So,
Yes, it does.
shout out Matthew Kent for race control all season long. Always just level-headed, knows what he's doing, and then obviously you fans for watching online, and all of our sponsors for supporting us. So appreciate all you. We'll be back next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for Chicagolands. We'll see you then. Have a good night.